Happy day. So first day back on campus for some of you, maybe some of you are doing all online, but in either case, uh, we're about in full swing by this time next week. We'll definitely be in full swing. So welcome. My name is Jacob Schneider. I had posted a welcome. I believe it's available to you, but it's an old welcome. Uh, but after having reviewed it, I decided we need to update that because that was from 3 years ago, somewhere around there. Anyway, so welcome. I believe in there I give an introduction to my family and such and myself and where I'm from. So I've been at MSU in some form since 2016. I was a graduate student there. After teaching several years at a community college, I went back to school, which was MSU, in the ag department, and I did plant sciences, molecular breeding, particularly in Dr. Huang's lab, as I mentioned in the previous intro. So anyway, as soon as I graduated there, I began teaching for the school per course. This course right here was the first class I was teaching. Actually, I'm sorry, it was plant molecular biology, which you're welcome to take. It's a good class. This fall is also offered to 2-hour credit. Next year, it'll be a 3-hour credit. And for those of you interested in ag, if you're going to ag ed, particularly, or plant sciences, it's the science on the science track. So just a little quick advertisement. Just like our Cane's Restaurant Guide did some nice advertisement there. So I just advertised the class. But I'm happy to be here again now full time. So this is my first term teaching full time for the university. And so I have a location now. If you're ever on campus, I want to welcome you to swing by my office. For right now, office hours are pretty open. I'm there most of the time. I'm not there right now, of course. I'm in a little more comfortable of a pad. So my room is, or second floor of Carl's Hall, and it's 226. Feel free to swing by. So what I want to do right now really is talk less about myself and talk more about the class. So I'm going to share my screen to just review. Again, Blackboard, it'll look a little different than some of the recordings that I've already made, as well as tell you about 2 ways in which we're going to interact in this course, being an online course. So when you click into your Blackboard, this is the page you should see, and that's the welcome announcement that I believe most of you have seen. Let me get this menu over here. And just recently, as last night, I posted a reading. So a lot of people ask me, and it's hard to give them a short answer, so this is worth doing, okay? And that is coming up with a quick description of what food security is. When you tell somebody you're taking a class and food security, they're like, oh, interesting. Now, it's becoming more popular, so some people have and do know what the concept of food security is. There are classes like this offered at many other university campuses, but they go under all kinds of names like sustainable ag, and the environment, so there's just, you can Google it out there. It's just a lot of stuff. But these first few days are designed just to introduce you really to that definition and the problem. And I thought no better way to do it than by the reading, which you'll find under Unit 1. So you click on course content. There's the introduction that you may have already watched. The dated one, I'll leave it there anyway. And then right here, food policy papers. When you open that up, what you're going to see, oh, get out of the way. There it is this article, Resetting the Table. Now, this course will always have to do with food security and the issues involved in it. So this particular one, I had a tough time picking an article here, but I just saw that this was July 28th. As a matter of fact, the provost of the university is the one who sent this to me. And this is just kind of give you the frame of mind at which we're tackling this class. There's plenty of other things to talk about than, say, COVID, but the purpose here is not to highlight the COVID-19 pandemic, but to highlight our preparedness and the status of the general American population in light of the pandemic and how it affected food security. This was an assignment that I gave at the end of the spring term when students could no longer volunteer at places, they had the option to write a paper, and they investigated certain aspects of food security within their local communities, globally, uh, in all kinds of situations where functioning shut down. And obviously, a lot of people lost jobs. And so this you could say is almost like a conglomeration of all the things my students found in spring. So I was very proud of them, as I will be you. So this is definitely worth a read. I think just the first 2 or 3 pages alone will be quite insightful for you. All right. So that's just a reading. I want you to read as much as you can. We will probably read and refer back to it later, maybe have an assignment. But for now, just becoming familiar in order to set the context and to help you better define some of the issues food security tries to address. Getting back to this now. So that's all you're going to see there. And you can tell there's going to be more things here. All right. You don't see this yet. All you see are these 2 things. So Wednesday, I'll open up first lecture in PowerPoint, and we'll get on with the week 1, Mankind, the Story of Us All. All right. So in this class, there's 2 ways in which we're going to interact and hopefully have a little fun. It's going to be a little challenging. There's no textbook required. There's no readings. The readings will be just like I showed you, articles. There'll be videos. It's about your active participation, really. It's just about thoughtful effort. I mean, there's really no reason why anyone shouldn't get less than a B or an A in the course unless you just happen to forget you're enrolled and don't do some of the assignments. The assignments can get to a point where they're far and few between. However, there is going to be this, what we call, oops, not that one, PACBAC. So you should have got an email to sign up for this. And as I posted just earlier today, here's the first question in the community. Maybe, there it is. And so knowing what you know, you don't have to research this question. You don't have to look up everything, but what concerns or topics do you think should be addressed in a food security course and why? Now, I'm not always going to post the questions. I will post the topics though, but your duty and job weekly, and this will not be every week, it'll probably be about 10 out of 16 of the weeks. So basically weeks that there's not a project due or weeks that there is not an exam due, you'll have a question. This is just to get you thinking, get you actively involved in the topic. So you're going to pose questions based on what you've learned or based on what you've seen or based on the PowerPoint. And people are welcome to then respond to you. Now you're required to respond to 2 other questions. So you will ask a question and then 2 other people, well, at least, sorry, you will respond to 2 other people's, and who knows how many will respond to yours. I imagine the more interesting the question or feasible, the more responses you'll get. So go through the tutorial, watch a little video on how to do this. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm anxious to see. I've never done this before, but I was sold on its objective of getting my students to think critically and be more engaged with the topics that we cover in this class, which is food security. All right. So this is on print. So we're not going to use the discussion board. The discussions, this will always pretty much remain blank. Okay, there'll be nothing there because PACBAC is where we're going to do that. Okay. The other is so we can see each other face to face. Asynchronously is a popular, the big word to describe that. So here's your fall food security. Now it looks like 10 of you have already seen this or clicked in. So that's also linked actually from the announcements. So this is the first thing you open. So when you go to Flipgrid, here's the link. It'll take you to this page and you can watch several. I hope you all watch each other's and get to know each other through these videos a little bit. At least some of the diversity we have here from all around Southwest Missouri on up so far as I know, even St. Joseph, Missouri. So I really enjoy hearing about your majors and what interests you and just the things that make you smile. And animals, sounds like, typically win the day. And hey, why shouldn't it? I know coming home, honestly, sometimes it's not my kids I go to first, it's the dog, because I can just, I can talk to him and he won't talk back. All right, so here's some of the students. Go watch theirs, post your own. You guys can get pretty creative with this. You can add filters, you can add little funny things, you can give each other a thumbs up. But there will be other topics, and just to show you that, let me go back to here. And you can see that there will be other Flipgrid responses. So you'll have video responses, you'll have a question or discussion community, and then of course here will just be your typical PowerPoints, recorded lectures, and the few assignments that you get will come out of Blackboard, will be linked in Blackboard. So if you have any questions, email me. And if you want to look at the course assignment, I know it can be kind of confusing. Under syllabus, I have the schedule of topics week by week, but I did put an assignment schedule here as well. If you're really wanting to get some of those, I want to say one thing right here. It happens to be that one of the more lengthier topics falls on a short week. So this will be changed in the schedule. I haven't figured out how to rearrange it. So a couple minor changes. Exam dates though are pretty solid. So you can bet on those exams and some of the volunteer opportunities. Those are pretty much hard dates. Okay, sorry, I drew a blank there for a bit. I'm hearing noises out here. Welcome. Again, a couple days, Wednesday, I plan to have the first lecture up. Until then, you can read that handout, introduce yourself on Flipgrid, visit PackBack. These are the main things we'll be doing in the term is Blackboard, Flipgrid. I'll always leave a link to Flipgrid, but you can download Flipgrid as well to your phone. It's a free download and it's real easy. You always use your Microsoft email or Microsoft account through Missouri State to log in. It recognizes you. It's a very easy free download. And if you want, then you can use your phone as well to do these things. You don't have to be at a computer with a camera. And it's easy that way. Okay. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Again, welcome. Come by and see me. And I'm going to shut this down if I can find the stop button. Have a great week. Welcome back.